up, bosses? Welcome back to a super hot show, The Truck Boss Show. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification so you're up to date with all the latest trucker news. And be sure to check out our podcast, Bosscast, for the latest episode on the infrastructure bill and how it affects you. Today, we have got a super great show for you. Here's what's on tap. They aren't trucks, but they are some extremely nice cars and some expensive cars at that. We take you to the 10th annual anniversary of the Coffee and Cars Oklahoma City. And next, we talk to our friends at ATRI about a new tool that is making quite the name for itself, the Young Driver Assessment. And now we are thrilled to announce that the Truck Boss Show has joined forces with TBS Factoring Service. It's been an exciting new adventure for us, and we can't thank TBS enough for all of the support over these past few months. TBS has served owner-operators just like you for more than 50 years with compliance and permitting services, back office support, and cash flow solutions. And just like the Truck Boss Show, TBS cares for our nation's truckers. Working together, we will be able to provide you with a richer experience for you and our audience with additional content of business and financial content and other opportunities. Stay tuned as we start on this new next exciting chapter together. And now for today's show. Are you ready? Let's take a ride. Well, we all love trucks, and most of us love cars, and Truck Boss Show got to attend the 10th anniversary of Coffee and Cars Oklahoma City right here in our hometown. Check out these beautiful cars and everything the event had to offer.
Amazing. That's the word to describe the 10th anniversary of Coffee and Cars in Oklahoma City this month. People filled the parking lots of Chisholm Creek to see cars and trucks of every kind.
We're just unbelievably amazed with the turnout and how peaceful everything's been today. You hear a little bit of noise, you hear a little bit of stuff, but when you think about the number of people that are out here, everyone's just here to have a good time, and we're just excited.
Rain or shine, hailstorms, snow, or tornadoes, you can always bet that Coffee and Cars will take place at the same time and the same day of every month.
The night before tornadoes, people are like, are you having it? Are you having it? I'm like, yep, we're gonna have it no matter what. It's ice on the ground. You having it? Yep, we're gonna have it. We're gonna be out there. The way we've always seen it is if people are willing to show up, we want them to have a donut and coffee and be able to have the camaraderie they came out for.
Over 3,000 cars and trucks participated in the 10th anniversary Coffee and Cars show, featuring everything from the Judge to a recently delivered $5 million McLaren Speedtail.
I mean, it's really up to the beholder's eye. I mean, some people are really going to love that classic car. You can see an all-original Auburn, but you can also see a classic, the Judge. You can see a very rare McLaren that they've only delivered a couple of them in the U.S. so far. You can see Lamborghinis, you can see motorcycles. It really depends on what that person loves. They're going to be thrilled to come.
Coffee and Cars originally started out as an appreciation event created by Samara and Mac Terrell for the company Synergy Wealth Management, who specialize in investment services, to put on for their clients. And little by little, the event grew bigger and bigger over the past 10 years.
I mean, it really is. It's amazing. We started this as a client appreciation event. We had 30 or 40 clients, and we would go to these car shows. We'd all pay $50 to join for a trophy that didn't really matter. We wanted to hang out, but instead we were spending the time polishing the car. So we opened it up. We said, we're gonna just do kind of a Coffee and Cars. And we started the very first one, we had 100, then 300, then 500, and it gets you to days like today when we're probably north of 3,000.
And boy, did everyone have a good time. From kids to moms and dads to vendors, there were so many beauties to look and awe at.
I've been amazed that we've done this literally every month, rain or shine, for 10 years. And the community is so huge in Oklahoma. There are always people who are coming that haven't heard of us before, and there are always new people. But we have people from all over the states. We have all of our surrounding states. And then we also have people who have come as far as Australia.
But the best thing is the community. Friends turn into family when you see each other every month for 10 years and share a love of nice cars and trucks.
You know, I have 2 small boys, 3 and 5, so seeing all the kids around, the pets, everyone enjoying themselves, and it's not just about cars. This is about family. I mean, look around. You said it yourself, community.
Well, guys, stay tuned because we'll be bringing you some more in-depth stories behind some of these bad boys that we got to take a closer look at. Nikki, what you got for us?
Thanks, Brittany. Do you think someone's age should signify when they are ready to get behind the wheel of a big rig? How does the general population know if the new generation behind the wheels are truly prepared to haul that load? Well, Chris sat down with Rebecca Brewster of the American Transportation Research Institution to discuss a new young driver assessment tool. This specific test proved how personality traits play a role in determining safe young drivers. Check it out.
So Rebecca, just go ahead and start off by telling us a little bit about the assessment tool and tell me about what the end goal is here.
Absolutely. So just as a quick refresher for your audience, ATRI identifies what research we work on through our Research Advisory Committee, or RAC. And RAC members represent trucking fleets. They represent driver groups. We have both OIDA and the Teamsters on the RAC. There's government representatives, law enforcement. It's really a very diverse group of trucking industry stakeholders. And they had a younger driver project team that was trying to figure out how to help the industry better identify among younger individuals who would be best positioned for success as a professional truck driver. And so we set out to really examine research that's out there that ties certain personality traits and characteristics to driving safety. It does show real promise for being able to identify, based on these personality assessments, the safest drivers, because those who scored the best in certain categories also had the best safety records as measured by their motor vehicle records and their pre-employment screening program records.
I see. You guys were measuring things like reasoning and impulsivity and experience seeking. Tell me why those play important roles in developing this tool.
Well, much of the scientific literature that's out there points to certain personality traits. For instance, impulsivity. It's not a stretch to figure out that people who are more impulsive and prone to react very quickly might be more challenged behind the wheel of a vehicle, whether that's a four-wheeler or a truck. You need to have, some more self-control. People who score high on sensation seeking, that's another trait we tested for. That's another indicator that you might be a little more challenged because you like that thrill of the roller coaster or whatever. You're willing to jump out of an airplane and try that. But it's those personality characteristics that safe drivers seem to have in common. What's interesting, Chris, though, is it also showed in those same drivers who were younger, they shared some of the same characteristics as older drivers with less driving experience. So if you were newer to the industry, older, a boomer like me, but less driving experience, you tended to score the same as some of these younger drivers. So that's, I think, promising and good news for us, because it says the real key is that driving experience.
I know that you guys are still in the first phases of your research. You're in the beta phase. How much research does ATRI plan on doing on this subject before we develop a concrete tool?
Well, we use the term in research, the power or the size of your data set, and really to have the statistical validity that we need to say with a lot of confidence that this helps you identify the safest drivers among younger drivers. We need to expand that set of younger drivers. So I mentioned we had drivers between the ages of 20 and 60 in this data set, in our existing data set. We really got to build out that younger end of the continuum. And so in our next phase, we're going to be working with truck driver training schools, fleets that have apprenticeship programs, so that we can capture those younger drivers, so that we can state that with confidence, this is what it looks like in a younger driver and this is what it looks like in an older driver. But ultimately, if it does prove out like we believe this beta test has shown, then I think it's going to be a very powerful tool for the industry going forward. And as we do at ATRI, once we complete the research, we put it out there for folks to use or abuse, and we hope they use it for the purpose of improving the industry safety.
What a great study they are doing over there at ATRI. I love how they're taking a deeper dive into the psyche of these young drivers and making sure that they really do have the personality traits that are going to make them, or that to tell everybody that they are responsible enough to haul those loads.
Yeah, it's such a great tool. I can't wait to see after it's been used for a while, what the results are, because that's going to be really cool. And we want to give a big shout out to Rebecca Brewster. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about it. We're going to check in with you later to hear some of those results.
That's right, Brittany. And then next week we go back to Brad with fuel prices and share a little bit more info on why they are so high and what is causing them to be so high.
And we are checking in with Hope from Mother Trucker Yoga. She is going to take us through a series of stretches and flows that you can do right in your rig to help you stay, loosey-goosey while you're
Stretching is
driving.
very important, especially
stretching
on
is
the road.
very important.
Yes.
And don't forget our Boss Box. Head on over to our Facebook page and check out our Boss Box. It's our back to school Boss Box. It's got a ton of awesome stuff that you're gonna wanna win. So go over there, check it out, because I promise you, it's got some goodies.
Yes, and a little chrome, if you know what I'm saying.
And a little bling bling.
Yes, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because we can't do this without your support.
And why do we do this, Nikki?
Because you're the boss.